But today we're going to show you how to make some easy lunches that are also healthy for the kids. And here to tell us how to do that and share her healthy lunch formula, nutritionist Jessica Drummond. Welcome back to the show. Healthy and school lunches, not a couple of things that usually go together, at least not in the schools. Well, they're trying, and Michelle Obama's doing a thing. But you were talking about bringing them from home and what parents should do. Give us some guidelines. First of all, tell us about this healthy lunch formula, because it really is like a formula.
Yeah, so going back to school, your kids are learning math. You can have a really quick formula to make their lunch. I like to make things really easy for parents.
That sounds good.
So you need 4 things: healthy protein, healthy fat, vegetables, and a nutritious treat. And then a 5th optional thing is some kids do better with some whole grains in their
Okay, you said something that sort of sounds like an oxymoron. That's healthy fat.
True. Well, let me show you an example. So you have the formula, and then you're also going to put a theme to it. So if your kid's like Mexican, for example, we would put, say, dinner leftovers. Here is some taco meat that you made last night. Just heat it up, put it in a thermos, and you've got your protein right here. And then healthy fats are things like avocados. So you can use guacamole.
Oh, now we're talking.
And you don't even have to make it yourself. I am all about shortcuts.
Okay.
So buy some guacamole or just mash up a few avocados with some jarred salsa from the grocery store. And you can, so you put that in for your kids to dip, and then you add the vegetable, and we have some already chopped up red peppers here. Or if your kids, like some whole grains in their lunch, you can use tortilla chips. I would suggest, though, with corn, that you make sure they're organic and they don't have GMOs.
Okay, because you talk about chips, and I'm thinking, oh, what's healthy about chips? But you can find some ones that are, if not totally healthy, at least not too unhealthy, right?
Right, they're healthier. And then normally, I said a nourishing sweet. Normally that should be fruit. You can add blueberries, you can add apples or peaches. Really, whatever in season is the best thing. And it doesn't always have to be fruit, but that's the thing that your kids should fall back on.
Okay, all right. So this sounds pretty good. You got to seal that up tight, because I know guacamole turns brown like...
Turns yellow. Yeah, you need to put some lemon juice on it, or just seal it right up in one of these containers.
Okay, well, that's one idea.
And if your kids don't like Mexican, you can do the exact same thing with Italian. Again, just make some ground beef from leftovers from last night. Add some store-bought, high-quality tomato sauce. And instead of pasta, because pasta is not really a healthy whole grain, you can add quinoa.
Oh, you know, I've heard of this, and I can't spell it to save my life, but what is that?
It's a whole grain that's actually more like a seed. So it doesn't spike their blood sugar as high, making it crash down later and having them be tired right in the middle of their school day, which is the problem with the more processed grains.
Now, I mean, I think a lot of kids see that, and I mean, they're just going to try to trade that for something else, or can I have $2 for a hot dog or something instead?
Right. So if your kids are pickier eaters, number one, quinoa doesn't have to be this colorful. They have just plain white quinoa if your kids like the whiter color. Also, they do make pasta out of brown rice and things that looks just like the traditional pastas. And if your kids are picky, you want to stick with the more traditional lunch, the sandwich, you know, just switch out the ingredients so that they're of higher quality and do them one at a time. So, for example, if you're making your kids a turkey sandwich, just like you would in general, instead use turkey with fewer nitrates. There are a lot of different brands now that are cold cuts that you can just buy in the grocery store with fewer nitrates. And you can use sprouted grain breads, which are not, again, they're not a flour, so they don't spike the kids' blood sugar.
I've never heard of a sprouted grain. Is that that's different than whole grain?
Yes. What it is that they soak the grains, and then they mash them into kind of a paste, so the flour isn't ground all the way into those teeny tiny bits of flour, and that's the difference. It's digested more slowly, which raises your blood sugar more slowly, and then doesn't have that afternoon slump. So you can use that traditional turkey sandwich. And again, you can also use avocados.
Oh, that's good on a turkey sandwich,
You know, you can also use olive oil and hummus. Adding fat is really important for kids, especially omega-3 fats, which you find in salmon and flaxseed oil. You could even mix flaxseed oil in your hummus. Boys who have higher levels of omega-3 in their bloodstream, adolescent boys, tend to have fewer behavioral and learning problems at school.
Okay, and you know what you're talking about too, because you've got a couple little ones on your own that you send off to school with some healthy treats, I'm sure, as well, right?
I do. I have 2 girls. One is almost 9 and one is 2.
All right. I think we have a picture there somewhere we're gonna put up with them. But so they eat all this fun, healthy stuff. Your 2 lovely young ladies there. They
do, and in fact, we even make cookies in my house. And I tested these cookies on 11 little kids in my neighborhood.
Wait, these are healthy cookies? Because these look like regular chocolate chip cookies.
They do. They look and taste like regular chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
You have got to have one.
I
yes.
have to now, because I got to see if that's true or not. That's pretty darn good, yeah.
Yeah.
So what makes these healthy?
I made them with almond flour and coconut flour. So again, high protein that keeps the blood sugar steady throughout the day and doesn't give you those crashes and sleepy. It doesn't make the kids jittery and then tired.
Oh, well, this is good stuff. If you want to know more about some of these recipes, we've got some on our website, WTNH.com. Click on the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section. Jessica Drummond, thank you very much for stopping by and giving me cookies. I can sort of taste the coconut in there. Stick around, we've got more coming up.
Thank you.